I'm waiting for the week that you actually have COVID, and I have a plan. I am ready.
What's the plan?
It's called AndyBot. All right. It's where I take your sound bites from every week leading up to this,
Oh,
and I just mix and match like where I need to. You know what I mean? So like, how you doing, AndyBot? Oh, hey Max, or I don't know. You probably never said that, but once we get to picks, it'll be real easy. I mean, what's that? What's that, AndyBot? You're picking the Cowboys to beat the Chiefs?
I would never. I would never.
All right, AndyBot. All right.
I swear to God.
All right. Well, it was only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time.
Here we are again. Such as 2020. Another week, another COVID scare. It is what it is.
It is what it is. We just have to go with it, roll with the punches.
I mean, listen, I have a contingency plan in place.
But I started coughing. Not a little bit, not bad. But I started coughing, and it wasn't. I don't know what that was. I'm actually kind of nervous.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I swear, every cough, every sneeze that I have, I'm just like, oh, that's it. This is it. My time has come.
I'm going to be so upset if I lose my sense of smell or taste.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And I've heard people like that don't get it back. Earlier today when I was freaking out about my smell, I was like, hold on. I need to taste everything. I need to smell everything. I need to hold on and cherish this.
I ordered piata last night. I was like, this might be the last piata I ever eat. That might be nice, though. Like, you can eat, like, not gross, but, like, cheap stuff, and it doesn't matter. Nothing.
I saw a TikTok of a guy that was like, all right, well, I have COVID, so watch this. He literally takes an onion.
I saw the same video.
Yeah, garlic paste. Like,
yeah, it was.
If you get COVID, then we'll do that next week.
Yeah, that'll be our intro. That'll be our next intro.
Everyone gets COVID. We're gonna watch us both get COVID, and we'll make light of it by being like, all right, so we go puffed some gross shit, and we're just gonna be like tasting it and seeing what happens. Cardinals versus Seahawks. How are we feeling about this one?
This is going to be a really exciting
game.
It's going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be phenomenal. Two breakout quarterbacks that are just having quite the year. Exciting seasons. Sure, the Seahawks are 6-3 and third in the division right now, but still a very exciting team. Cardinals just came off a huge win against the Bills, and that ended phenomenally.
For weeks now, picking the Seahawks has let me down. Ever since Let Russ Cook was trademarked. It just, week after week, I get let down. Mm-hmm. Odds are, it's not going to let me down 3 weeks in a row. All right? I'm not going to get disappointed by Russell Wilson 3 weeks in a row. It's not going to happen. I refuse to believe it. Let Russ cook. Let the Seahawks prosper. I'm going Seahawks all the way on this.
Oh, I think you're wrong in this. I just don't think the Seahawks defense can stop Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. You do have. That's how you win games. You have to stop the other team from scoring. The Seahawks have one of the worst defenses in the league.
I never said it would be a defensive game.
Not a chance.
This was never going to be about shutting down Kyler Murray. This is all about just outscoring him, which the Seahawks will do.
They can't. Not if they don't have a formidable defense. Not saying that Cardinals have a great defense, but
just be the last one to score.
If I'm up 36 points on you and you score a touchdown.
Hey, you ever play Madden? You ever play NCAA? That game plan works, man. Just be the last one to score and you'll be fine.
That's true. All right.
Eagles versus Browns.
How do you feel about this?
Well, a fun fact behind this. Oh. All right. Since the Browns were reinstituted as a franchise, there's only one team left in the NFL that they have never beaten. Ever. And that's the Philadelphia Eagles.
No way. That is not true fact.
100%. Look it up right now.
Surely not.
Since they came back into the league, they have never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles. Ever. Yep.
Wow.
Until this week. Listen, I will say this. I do think the Eagles are going to do better this week than expected. I think they're going to move the ball. I think they're going to convert on third down. I don't think they're going to turn the ball over. I think they're going to be pretty impressive. And then they're going to blow it right when they have a chance to win and actually, make me happy. So this is going to be one of those games that I already know going into it, right? Every Eagles fan in the world right now is expecting to lose this game. The Eagles are going to keep it close, keep it interesting, actually make us give a shit, and then they're going to hurt our hearts.
The amount of times I've been with you and the Eagles are just that close to keep you interested and be get your hopes up against the Steelers when they played against the Steelers and we went and had Ravens. Oh, such a tough one.
At least they were nice and they didn't really get my hopes up last week. I knew we were dog shit from the first quarter on. Yeah, there's just not a lot to root for with this team right now, with this coaching staff. I just want a merciful death this season. So congratulations, Browns Nation. Congratulations, Joe. You're going to beat a team that doesn't know how to tie its shoes, Browns.
I also have the Browns on this.
Washington versus Cincinnati. This was a tough one.
It's a very interesting one. Both underdog teams with some potential.
As much as I've loved Joe Burrow lately, I feel really good about Alex Smith right now. A storyline that got lost in their loss to the Lions was just how well he played for his first full game back. And also, another thing people seem to be forgetting is the Washington defense, when it comes to that pass coverage. First off, I don't expect Joe Mixon to return this season. I don't think it's going to happen. He's been weak to – his health has been questionable almost the entire season, it feels like. I don't think he's coming back. And as much as I have a soft spot for Giovanni Bernard, I don't think that they're going to move the ball that well on the ground. So it's going to come down to Joe Burrow. Washington has a pretty formidable pass defense. Granted, they haven't really had to face a lot of passing because they've been losing in just about all their games. I think it's going to be enough to slow down Joe Burrow. And I think Alex Smith is going to get this offense rolling. And between him and Gibson, they're going to put together a good show.
See, is Washington great? Are they sustainable to become a in the mix competition team?
Well, okay, Washington doesn't need to be great. They don't even need to be good if they want to make the playoffs this year. They don't even need to be decent to beat the Bengals.
No.
I just think they're going to be the better team on Sunday.
I don't think that's true. I think the Bengals are going to be top dogs in this. I think they're going to win. I just think Joe Burrow is figuring it out. He's putting up respectful numbers. He's probably going to be Rookie of the Year, him or Justin Herbert.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So,
man.
Yeah. So, and D. Higgins is developing into someone who's becoming a really respectful wide receiver. They're figuring it out slowly but surely. Are they beating every single good team? No. Is Washington a good team? No. Do Bengals beat bad teams? Yes. So I think that you're wrong. I don't think the Washington Redskins are any good just because, the NFC least, they're not even winning that division. So I just think the Bengals I think this is kind of a no-brainer for the Bengals, no offense, but if the Bengals don't win this game, could they win a game in the NFC East?
Colts versus Packers. This will be quite the game. I'm looking forward to this one. Aaron Rodgers looks great. Packers look solid. Kind of buying into Frank Reich right now.
As you should.
I have flip-flopped on the Colts all season. And it just seems every time I go one way or another, they decide they want to go the opposite. Colts. I don't even want to think anymore about it. Just Colts.
I like to take some time to think about it. So Aaron Rodgers, I think, wins the quarterback battle.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Now, the real question is, can he tackle as well as Phillip Rivers?
Oh, well,
that's a high bar.
We'll see.
I tell you, there are a few times where I feel like I could be an NFL athlete. And that was one of those times where I thought to myself, would I do that much worse than when Phillip Rivers just tried to make that tackle on that fumble recovery? I mean, I probably could.
It's hard not to do better. So I think Aaron Rodgers beats Phillip Rivers. I think Devontae Adams beats T.Y. Hilton. I don't know if they have anything more on us than just those two. I think their wide receiver core is better because of Devontae Adams. But, if you look past the top two, is there much of a difference between both teams' wide receiver cores? And also, I think the running back situation
They've got a hell of a better running back. They've got a better backfield than you guys.
I don't think so. I think Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor is a better 1-2 punch than Aaron Jones.
I mean, Jamal Williams only has one touchdown this year on the ground, but he has 4.3 yards a carry. The problem with Hines and Taylor is that they're just so hot and cold, and you don't know what you're going to get in any given week. Whereas I think Aaron Jones is way more reliable, and you have Jamal Williams right there to back him up as needed.
See,
Either way.
I disagree. I think Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor are a better 1-2 punch. Their stats may not reflect that, but recently they're hot. We've been using them better. The offense is flowing way better than it has. I mean, we destroyed the Titans. Absolutely destroyed them.
Oh, great. Yeah, you can call it
all right until Philip Rivers kind of shit the bed against the Ravens. But otherwise, all season, we've been all right. We've been chilling. I think our defenses, if they go head-to-head against each other, I think that the Colts defense, world's better.
Yeah, and that's why I ultimately think you win.
Your backfield is a little bit better than the Colts in every little aspect. I think our defense makes up for it. I think our coaching staff make up for it. I think our special teams make up for it. I think I have the Colts in this. Again, I'm super biased. I will admit it. I think the Colts will win this game.
You do a great job coming up with terrible arguments to make me want to switch to the other team. But I agree with you, and I'm not falling for it this time. I'm going with you on this one. Going Colts.
Right. I honestly always do that. It's this is why you shouldn't root for the Colts. But I'm starting to think it's because of these not as good reasons. I'm like, all right, look at the worst possible things right now, but look at these possible reasons why it might work out.
Last week you were like, oh man, Derrick Henry, unstoppable. Mm-hmm. We got him. I'm like, what kind of argument is that?
Did we?
Right. That's the thing. I think this is just you're playing a game here, and you're trying to get me to switch picks, and it's working, and I hate you for it. Listen, you've been picking better than me every week, all right? But it's all going to turn around when you get sick, and I put Andy Bott in there, all right? And that'll be fine. All right, and you're going to have to worry about your job security at that point. If Andy Bott is doing better than you or making me look better,
mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll need you at that point, you know? One guy, though, that doesn't have to worry about job security, apparently. Speaking of which, Adam Gase. Is he fired yet? Let's check. No. You know what? Honestly, before we get too far into this, I just don't think he's going to get fired.
I have legitimately no idea if he will. You know who got fired before Adam Gase? The O-line coach on the Giants, who actually was turning it around. He was actually the head coach on the O-line of the 2018 Colts. That was actually a good offensive line.
I mean, well, the Giants, as terrible as it is, they still have something to play for. They still have a division that they can somehow win.
Somehow.
The Jets have nothing but Trevor Lawrence ahead of them. Mm-hmm. And I honestly believe that they are at the point in the year where they know what they are. Getting rid of Adam Gase isn't going to really do anything tangible for them that's positive in the long run. No. All it does is move the target away from the head coach and up the chain of command. I mean, let's talk about what happens. If the Jets continue to suck, they continue to suck, and you can fire Adam Gase, wipe your hands clean at the end of the season, bring in Trevor Lawrence, God bless his soul, and see what you can do with some new faces. Mm-hmm. If you fire him and you continue to suck, now the question starts to come about of who else do you blame? The fingers start pointing upwards. It's the general manager. I mean, the owner doesn't have to worry about his job security, but you have to start questioning everything within this front office.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they're keeping Adam Gase around not because he's this offensive genius that we keep hearing about, waiting for that to show up, but simply because he is the convenient scapegoat, and they want to hold on to that scapegoat as long as they can.
They need to.
I don't think this segment's going anywhere. I think we're going to be asking this through the end of the season.
I think so too, sadly, somehow.
When we were talking about our forecasting for this episode, you had a little something you wanted to bring up. What was that?
I did. So in the spirit of the NBA draft happening this week, I thought we should forecast who would be picked. However, it just came to my attention that Max actually has no idea about the NBA. So
basketball is a sport, and I like the way the ball goes up and down the court.
So I came up with a little game of, can Max name this player?
I got this.
So I chose 10 players to see if he could identify them. Name this player.
So he plays for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
But it's not Steph Curry.
No, it isn't. It's
his his brother, Ishmael Curry.
Yeah, but it's definitely not Klay Thompson, one of the best shooting guards in the league right now. Just recently got injured though. That's kind of sad.
Why you gotta do me like this?
Max, can you name this player?
Probably one of the oldest players
in the league, now retired.
He's not even an active player?
Oh, no, he just retired.
He kind of looks like Adrian Peterson.
That's fair. I can see that.
So
this guy's several.
So I think this is a trick question. I think this is Adrian Peterson.
No, this is actually Vince Carter. Surely you would be able to get this guy.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, wow, you got one. Huge.
All right, 1 and 2.
All right, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Can you get this player?
Is this a player? That is an outfit. I'm gonna say zoom out again. This guy doesn't look built like a basketball player.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this isn't a basketball player.
Oh.
Wait, did I get that right?
Keep going.
But then who is he?
Who is he?
I'm gonna be real embarrassed here when I get. Oh, see, also like with the fresh cut. Oh. All right, and I know you would pick a Colts player, so it's a Colts player. Am I getting warmer?
I wish he was a Colts player.
I almost want to say, and I know I'm wrong, because I don't think this is actually what I think he looks a little different. I'm probably way wrong. He looks almost like Saquon Barkley, but it's not Saquon Barkley.
No, it is not.
Who are you? Jesus. He's doing this grim. What is this? Is he Jamal Adams? No, not Jamal Adams. Yeah, Jamal Adams.
That is Juju Smith-Schuster.
God damn it.
No, I mean that's tough. That was a tough one.
That wasn't a tough one.
Let me give you a good one. Hurry up.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. Huge. All right. Now this guy's also retired, but he is kind of famous. So
I got this one. That's Yao Ming.
Yeah, wow, huge. On a roll.
Yep. We're killing it.
All right, now this guy.
God damn it. This looks like my 4th grade math teacher. Mm-hmm. And I'm 99% sure he didn't go to the NBA, so it's not Mr. Lintner. Oh.
Kind of a breakout year.
That doesn't do anything.
He played on the Lakers with LeBron.
I'm just trying to think of
a really big meme this year.
You know what? I heard about there was this unathletic looking white basketball player. Mm-hmm. Chris Bosh.
Not Chris Bosh. No, this is Alex Caruso. All right, now how about this guy?
The Weeknd?
Oh, you were close.
Wait, was I?
I can't believe. Wow, really close. not like relatively but like same profession. I can't believe.
So what? I got him confused with another hip hop artist?
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh God. You don't have to zoom in. It's only to make it more embarrassing. I don't know who this is.
This is J. Cole, who actually did try out for a few basketball teams. I don't think he actually tried out for the Hornets, but he did get a practice.
All right. Well, I think I get a half point for that.
Yeah, we'll give you a half point. We can give you a half.
I should get a half point also for Juju Smith-Schuster.
That's fair. And can you guess this player?
This is my favorite player, Morgan Freeman.
Yes, it is young Morgan Freeman.
Wow. Well, I think
you did better than I expected.
How many did I get right, including between Juju and J. Cole? I think I got one.
That counts as one. Juju and J. Cole count as one. So you got
Yao Ming, Kevin Durant,
Russell Westbrook, and young Morgan Freeman. That's 5 out of 9.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
that's more than a 50.
I don't know how many of those came from actual basketball players, but that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Huge.
All right, I think I'm ready. I'm ready for draft coverage for next week.
Absolutely.
I got this.
Happening last night, actually.
Well,
there you go. So, Max, big news this past week that came out, and I'm personally really excited about this. I think this was a phenomenal pick. Well, I'm curious about your thoughts on it and who you might have picked instead. It was announced that The Weeknd is actually performing during the NFL halftime show during the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty phenomenal pick. I'm actually very happy with that. For the first time in a little bit, I'm like, that gets a lot of the younger generation excited.
It's not the worst pick in the world. And for once, we're seeing a pick of someone that's actually like in the prime of their career. That's nice to see. It's rare.
Mm-hmm.
I actually almost did a blog post about this week. So you beat me to it. But my concern is that I feel like, I don't know, what am I going to do listening to The Weeknd? Call my ex? Like
Oh, no.
like cry? Like, that's not really how I want to vibe during the Super Bowl halftime show. Granted, I haven't felt really good about the Super Bowl halftime show since what was it, Maroon 5?
Maroon 5.
God,
That's a mental performance.
that was a rough time.
That was a rough time.
I'm surprised. There was a time that I kind of thought, why hasn't Taylor, like, I'm not saying that I love Taylor Swift, but that's gotta happen at some point, right? She's if Katy Perry can be in a Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, that's fair. Swift
is literally like the most. Is she not like the number one American pop star? I don't know.
No, I guess that's really fair actually, because is that who you're saying that should get a shot at it?
I'm not saying that's who should get a shot at it. Listen, if it was my choice, this would be like Glass Animals, which nobody's going to agree with that.
Yeah.
Mac
Miller. But.
Sure. Oh, you know what? You know who I would love to see? Kendrick Lamar. That would be incredible.
So good.
And we've seen him on big stages.
Not very PG, but
no, I could see him as a guest appearance though, like a surprise guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could see him. I could see Lizzo making an appearance just because she's done so much in the past year.
Yeah, I think like that's be like the thing to be like on the halftime show. I think you have to be relevant for like 5 years or more.
Yeah, well, so I think The Weeknd has really stepped away from the mold here because not only do you have to be relevant 5 years or more, which I'm not saying The Weeknd isn't.
No.
But you then have to be on a downward trajectory in your career. You have to be willing to do a show for free and swallow your pride. And all the power to J-Lo and Shakira.
Yes, yeah.
I always get her confused with Kesha, but they're not exactly in the prime of their careers. And so it's tough to choose. So I don't think we would be seeing Taylor Swift for a little while. I don't think maybe that's why we haven't seen Kendrick Lamar yet. Although, Beyonce, I don't think has ever really come down from the limelight.
No, Beyonce's Beyonce. She's the queen of earth. So
yeah, Bruno Mars. I will say, Bruno Mars still to this day best halftime show I've ever seen.
So good.
Like Super Bowl 48, I think.
I don't know.
When he came out with that drum solo, man, that was the best halftime show I've seen.
I thought my favorite actually was Justin Timberlake.
Which one?
I think that was in 2013.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like right in prime of suit and tie. Oh, it was so good.
That was the year that the Eagles were in the Super Bowl and they won. So
way.
I really don't remember much from that.
That's fair.
So, it was kind of a blur. I was drinking a lot and I was panicking a lot. So
I think it was 2013. Hold on, let me look this up.
He came back in 2017.
Oh, he came back. Oh no, he had his own halftime show.
Whatever year you're talking about,
whatever year I'm talking about. All Justin Timberlake.
Well, if it's the one where the Eagles, if it means the Eagles win another Super Bowl, then I'm fine with it. Sure. Well, this is it for this week. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. Either with Andy Bot or not, potentially Max Bot as well.
Potentially Max Bot. Let's not forget that I could also make a Max Bot in response.
I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you next week, maybe, if we're alive. Stay safe.